Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you listen to. So we know that things have changed. Things have changed just a little bit. Don't get excited. God is still what? In charge. God is still what? Sitting on his throne. So don't worry about what man can do. So we was in this book, banned from the Bible, 3 books in one. And of course, you know I had the dreams for you, so you know about the books. I've been telling you about the books all the time. But the dreams, man, a dream last night was nothing nice. It wasn't nothing nice. Yeah, forgive me, I gotta get used to not saying the books. But anyway, this is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And when you look at this paper, I hope that you can see this paper and get all the dreams and all the dreams and the word that the Lord God gave. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28 and Deuteronomy chapter 7. So you have to get that. So when the Lord God tell you not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, that come from where? Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. And you got to know what is the spirit? Because he said it's not going to be by might, nor by, he said, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. So what is the spirit? The spirit of prophecy. So every book and everything that I told you is about the prophecy. Everything here prophecy in there. And prophecy have to be fulfilled. Why? Because it's the word of God. That's why you see all these things on these television and everything that Satan trying to do what? Trying to prove that he is God. Yeah, all I do is give it to you like the Lord God has given it unto me. So yesterday evening I was listening to Daystar. Now I keep telling you Daystar is a demon channel. Now I have read that to you. I have read to you that Daystar is a demon channel. And that's the demons. The demons have made that channel. Why? So they can go there and you can go listen to all those false prophets, those false preachers, those false teachers, and worship and praise those demons like they are gods, just like they said that you was gonna do. Those people are not of God. God didn't send them. You say, well, how do you know that God didn't send? Because just listen to them. Okay, well, we're going to this book this morning. The Testament of Solomon. Of course, I said you can listen to these things on YouTube before YouTube change. And so this page 26, the Testament of Solomon, page 26, and we're going to verse 45. And I, Solomon, hearing this, said to him, tell me, how do thou discharge from the fire? Because he was talking to this demon, and this demon didn't have no head or nothing. Didn't have, yeah, well. Anyways, and Solomon, and I, Solomon, on hearing this, said to him, tell me, how do thou discharge forth the fire? Out of the source do thou emit it. And the Spirit said to me, from the day star. You hear that? From the day star. For here have not yet been found El Buron, to whom men offer prayers and candlelight, who offer prayers and kindle lights. And his name is invoked by 7 demons before me, and he cherished them. But I said to him, tell me his name. But he answered and said, I could not tell thee, for if I tell his name, I render myself incurable. But he will come in response to his name. And hearing this, I Solomon said to him, tell me by the angel thou art frustrated. And he answered, by the fiery flash of lightning. And I bowed myself before the Lord God of Israel and bade him remain and keep him Beelzebub until Ajax should come, or Ajax should come. So that's why I'm telling you, man, that these people are worshiping them demons, and they got you worshiping them demons too. And I tell you, get out these church house, synagogues, and sanctuary. But anyway, so let me continue on. So they have this I don't know, Dr. John Angerbird, that was his show. So on his show, he had this man called Jimmy Dean Young. Yeah, and he's going to tell you about the book of Revelation. And he's going to go and tell you about the different steps of Revelation, what the different books mean. But that man doesn't know anything about that. That man's a liar. And I'm telling you, his name is Jimmy D. Young. And tell him, say, man, you know that old man on that crazy man that called himself Elijah? Okay, what you call me? Tell him he is a liar. Tell them when you ever get ready to know about truly what those things mean, tell them come to me and I'll tell them. That's not time for me to tell everybody, but if we have a personal conversation, you ask me, well, I'll tell you what those things mean. But anyway, but at the end of the show, now you gotta pay him $99. $99, you gotta pay him his God who mammon. Can't serve two gods. The Lord God said you can't serve God and mammon too. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Now, so these people are in darkness. And how great is that darkness? Well, they're always begging and asking for money, and that is not the Lord God. And what you have done, you have made God a beggar. I'm just telling you what you have done. And what Jesus said. Jesus said you have made the house of prayer, what? Out of a den of thieves. So I'm just telling you. So one of the dreams I had last night. So not a brother, not the same brother dream, one of the big brother. And so I was on this level, man. We was on this level, and I was seeing things happen, seeing things take place as I usually do. And so first time I get off the ladder, I go by him, and he takes something like a pouch or something out of my hand, take one out. So he takes it and uses. I don't know what he's doing, but he takes it from me. He took it from me. So then after that, I go back and I'm doing something else on that bit or something like that. Now I'm in the car. Now the first time I drove up in the car, he took this thing first. So second time I go up to him. Now he big man, and I'm sitting in the car. And then so next time he take two of them from me. And so that was the dream. So next thing the same type of thing, but he took two of them from me. The first time he took one, but the second time he took two of them from me. So I woke up from that dream. Okay, that's it's a dream. Ain't not dreams are. That's how dreams are. Okay, next thing you know, I had another dream. Man, this dream, I don't know. I was like on a basketball court, outside court behind this. So once someone came out behind me and knocked me down. So when he knocked me down, I looked up at him. All I could see is, like 4 or 5 black figures. I don't know if my mind is in the haze or not, but this is why I see 4 or 5 black figures. And he knocked down and said, "Give me that." So I had a ring on my finger. The ring was sealed with white stones on it around it. So it could have been diamonds. Now I don't know. So I look at the man. The man looked like Marlon Wayans. Yeah, I'll get deeper in that story later. So the man looked like Marlon. He knocked me down, said, "Give me that." And I was in a fog in there where I could see up behind him where he knocked me down. I could see the darkness in him and the many dark figures that was in him. So that's why I say that was the many dark figures that was in him that was with him. I see them all because it looked like coming there and like somebody hit you, out in the day. So that's how it was. So next thing you know, next thing you know, I'm in the doctor's office. I went to the doctor's office. I had my mouth fixed or examined by this doctor. It was a woman doctor. And so she needed to repair something or fix something. But she left. She told me what was wrong, what she needed to do, and she had left. So as she left, so I was ready to go out. Because I don't know if she's coming back up. So they have this young man there who says he could help me. Would I like his help? I said, "No thanks. I said, "No thanks, I could wait." All right. And then next me and him at the elevator. So he pushed the button down to go down off the elevator. So we get into the elevator. So as we get into the elevator, well, there are just 3 women. East of the women, 3 of them. But so as we get in the elevator, there's 3 women in the elevator, along with us. But one of them is different. She take her coat and pull her coat aside, and all I could see is that she had on a pair of white jeans. That's what she said. So she took her for. I never seen her face now. You could, she had a pair of white. You can see that she is a working woman who don't sit down. Now, people know what that means. So like our women. So that's how she was built. She was built like our women. So we get out of the elevator and make sure I see her back, not her front. So I never seen her face, never seen her face. All I can see is her back, and she made sure I see her back and not her front. So we get out the elevator. So I see this police officer. He was waiting on me, and I tell the man who. He asked the question. I tell the man who robbed me how he looks, and he took a silver ring from me. So we now in this room with a lot of other men, and all the men were in the room. So we get in the room. He take me to the room, and man, they have a lot of men in the room, all Israel, all of Israel, all Judah men, whatever how you want to say it. And all of them have these rings on, single bearing rings, but they're different. Some gold, some silver, some have different shapes, shapes and different forms. They're still single bearing, and that's how it was. And some had different symbols on, but all of them was a different shape. The officer asked about it, say, the officer asked about the man that looked like Marlon Wayne that took the ring. They asked the man about him, and nobody wanted to answer. Then the officer said, "Well, y'all gonna protect him?" And one of them said, "Well, yeah." When he said y'all gonna protect him, then all of them started, "Oh, no." They said, "We just," yeah. They say one said, and then all joined and said, "No, we came just to tell him or to see the ring that he said that he had." That's what they said. So next, they showed the officer and myself him. That's what they do. They showed the officer, myself him, where he at and everything. So I see him. Yeah, I see how dreams are. So I say, yeah. I say, that's him. He looks something like Marlon Wayans. That's what I told the man. So to see him as along with myself, so I saw him as along with myself. He has a mustache and a beard, black, and an afro. A lot of hair on his head. The officer calls him, but he acts like he doesn't hear him and walks away. Was confronting him and everything. So the officer called me, just a little piece away. Couldn't have been that far away, no more than what let's say maybe 10 or 15 feet away. And the officer calls him, and then the officer called him, but he acts like he doesn't even hear the officer and walks away. The officer said, "Oh, you want to play it like that?" So Marlon Wayans going to the storehouse. So he goes, like strip mall shopping center. So he goes in the storehouse. But as we start to enter into it, he comes out. And the officer said again, "That's how you want to play it?" And he jumps into this car. All right, so he jumps in the car. So like I told you before, these people are lying to you. These people, God didn't send these people. I know, because I told you he had a man, I forgot if you know, if you listen to one of my other videos, I told you his name. And he talks about, oh, you can't read nothing in your dreams. But that's a lie. That's a lie. If God wants you to read something in your dreams, you're going to read it. So let's finish on. I'm just telling you. And there's another thing can prove that the man lied. So the officer said, yeah. The officer said again, "That's how you want to play it." He jumps into this car. Now it's a black car. He jumps into the car. So I rushed to read the license plate. And the license plate read, Player 60. That was the license plate. I'm telling you, that's the license. The PLA is blue. And the YER is red. And 60 in red. And the 60 looked like it appeared to be black. And that's what they had on, Player 60. All right, and it was a small black car, but I couldn't make out what kind it was, but it's small. But it looked like a Scion, one of them little small cars. Next scene, they have a man standing outside the store, and the officer tells the man standing outside, "Arrest that man." And he takes out a pair. That's all. The man was standing outside the store, outside the storehouse on the side. Man, just like looked like an ordinary man. He had no badge, no guns, or nothing. All he tells the man is Marlon Wayans come out the door. I don't know if he came out the door or whatever, but he was on the side. That man said, "Arrest that man." And just took out his pair of handcuffs, took Marlon Wayans, threw him against the door, and put the handcuffs. I don't know if it was Marlon Wayans or not. Just said that it was a man that looked like him. He had the features of him. And so he took out he arrested that man. So he takes out a pair of handcuffs, turned him around and put his face against the wall and put the handcuffs on him. And then I woke up from that dream. I dreamed all night, but the recurring dream, someone was recurring dream, but that was the last dream that I had. So, man, you listen to these people lied to you, man. These people prepared. I told you, man, when them demons and everything come down, these beings want flesh. That's what they want. I just finished reading that to you in the book of Enoch, the one that we read now. I was reading to you in the book of Enoch. And how Enoch told you about them giants and them Nephilims and what they had done, them fallen watchers, and how they started eating the food. Now they finished eating the food, they started eating the people and started drinking the blood of the people. That's what they did. Man, that's all I can do is give it to you like I give it to you. You want to know more about it? Go to this book, The Testament of Solomon. It tells you more. Listen to it online. So now we're going to, I'll read some of it to you. We're going back on the book of Enoch. We're going to chapter 60. Chapter 60. I'm just going to read the beginning of it to you. Chapter 60. In the year 500, in the 7th month, in the 14th day of the month, in the life of Enoch, in a parable, I saw a mighty quaking, made the heavens of heavens to quake, to make the heavens of heavens to quake. And the host of the Most High and the angels, thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, were disquieted with a great foreboding. And the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. And a great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me, and my legs gave away, and I melted with the weakness and fell on my face. And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned, and for I had not been able to endure the look of this host, and the disturbance and the shaking of heaven. Tell you, man. And Michael said to me, why are you upset with such a vision until this day? His mercy and long suffering had lasted towards those that dwell on the earth. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to give it to you in the Holy Bible too. Just give me a minute. And when the day and the power and the punishment, the judgment come, which the Lord of Spirit had prepared for those who worship not the righteous law. You see, that's what they're not doing. They're not worshiping the righteous law. Man, they're not keeping the covenant, the 10 commandments, man. Not keeping them, bro. Not keeping them. But a lot of them pastors say, well, the 10 commandments have been done away with. The laws have been done away with. But that's a lie. That's a lie because you don't know what truly they are. All right, well, anyway. So the righteous law is with the covenant day. Man. That's found in Jubilees chapter 50, Jubilees chapter 2, and Deuteronomy chapter 5, and Deuteronomy 28. So you learn of the righteous law. That's the covenant. And those who deny the righteous judgment, and those who take his name in vain, the day is prepared. It will be a covenant for the elite. See, that's our covenant. But for the sinner, an inquisition. And when the punishment of the Lord of the Spirit shall rest upon them, it will not come in vain. And it shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. Then they say, on that day, 2 monsters were separated from one another. The female monster named Leviathan, and dwell in the abyss of the ocean over the fountains of water. And the male is named the Behemoth, who occupied his breast and waste wilderness in Duodan, on the east of the garden where the elect and the righteous dwell, where my great-grandfather was taken up, the 7th from Adam, the first man who the Lord of spirits created. See? So Adam was the first man of the Lord of spirit created, but he was talking about Enoch. So when you go, I'm going to see if I have the book right here. So when you go in the Apocrypha, it say the Apocrypha, the book of wisdom. And so when you go in that book, to, I think it's in 1st and 2nd Elders, it tell you about the Behemoth, and and the Leviathan, and how they was created, and how Father Enoch was the Leviathan. I mean the behemoth. Yeah, that's what it tells you about. All right, well, all I can do is tell you about it. I mean, I didn't look for it. I didn't look for to bring it back out to you because I already knew it. But a lot of y'all don't want to find out. Y'all don't want to know the truth of God, man. Y'all just want somebody else give it to you. Which some of them, I know some people have to give you something, but man, y'all. All right, let's see. All right. Nope. I thought I had it right here, but I don't think I do. I had marked it down, but I don't see it right now, and I sure don't want to spend my time looking for it. Maybe when I do another video, I'll find out where it's at. I'll read it to you. But it's in either the first or second book of Al. It's in the book of Apocrypha. Let's put it that way. So now let's go. So that we're talking about the behemoth. Now I'm stopping it all. And I asked the other angel to show me the might of those monsters who were separated on the one day, the one into the abyss of the sea and the other to the earth desert. And he said to me, Son of man, you wish to know what is kept secret. And the other angel who went with me showed me what was kept secret and told me what is first and last in heaven and in the sky, beneath the earth and the depth and the ends of heaven and on the foundation of heaven. So I'm stopping that right there. But that's chapter 60 of the book of Enoch. I'm stopping right there, but I'm not finished right there. So let's go. So now we've gone to the book of Revelation. Man, come on, the Lord God will give it to me. I'm gonna show it to you in the book of Revelation what Enoch saw. Man, come on, I know it. Lord God give me these things, man. I didn't know nothing else, just like you. Regurgitating on lies and things I was taught in Sunday school, Sabbath school, and all them other teachers teach me, and they don't know nothing. And you buying these books and CDs and them images, and they send you straight to hell, bring you to hell right there along with them. Yeah, you want to answer too. Don't think Lord God said, I'm not going to totally lead you unpunished because you got to repent. Okay, we're going to Revelation chapter 5, and I can read all chapter 5 and tell you everything what it means, but it's not time. But let's read Revelation chapter 5, verse 11. Revelation chapter 5, verse 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders. You see, I beheld, and I heard a voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beast and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. And that's what that's Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And that's what our father Abraham saw. That's what he did. That's what he saw. And that's what the Lord God, John, the Revelator, that's what he's telling you. That's again what John Revelator was telling you about what Father Enoch saw in the kingdom in heaven, in the heavens of heavens. So he just wasn't in heaven, he was in the heavens of heaven. And he saw that quick, and that's what's going on right now. And people don't understand, man. I told you that I read this dream for you in one of my other videos. Well, I read the dream, I told you the dream. And how all the people had got together, and I was there. And he said, no mercy. And I wanted to ask him, well, I raised my hand trying to find out why no mercy. But I was just there as a spectator. I thought I was there in the flesh, but I wasn't. Or in the spirit. I was there in the spirit watching. And it's told me no mercy. Judgment had been passed, and there's no mercy. All right. So you'll find out within 3 years. All right. Well, let's go. Let's go. So now we're going to give it to you like the Lord God has given it to me. We're going to Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1. The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos. I just finished reading this to you. I have just finished reading to you. Which was concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Azar, and Hezekiah, the king of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. That's us, man. Man, come on, bro. Why do you think the Lord God, oh, before I forget, before I totally forget this, because I know I was going to forget this. I'm going to read these things to you. It's not going to take long for them to read. I know half of the hour already gone. But listen, they have these black Turks. I never knew of them, but I know what the scripture says. Lord God said he had sent Israel and Judah and scattered them throughout all the earth, and he's going to gather them throughout the earth. But anyway, so on this morning on PBS, and he was talking about these black Turks that was bought over, and they thought, just like us, they thought they was bought from Africa to be slaves in Turkey, in the Ottoman Empire, but it wasn't. They weren't bought from Africa. They were bought from where? Israel. This all I can say. They was bought from our land, from Israel. Israel, a piece of dirt they call Israel. That's where it's bought from. And they think that when you look at them, you see they look like us. And you think they don't know. They don't know just like we don't know. Just like we didn't know, but now you know that you're Israel and you're God's chosen people, and you have to fall back and keep God's holy covenant. Deuteronomy chapter 1:28. So if you're one of those and you listen to me, you know that you have to go back to Deuteronomy 28 and start keeping back God's holy covenant. You should know that now. Because why? Because the Lord God is coming to get us, and he has scattered. How you know that you're a part of us? Because you were bought, wherever country that you're in, you first were bought over there as slaves. You're bought in captivity, and you're still in captivity, and they're still treating you bad. So that's how you know you're a part of Israel. All right, so let's go now. Because you're being treated bad all over the world, not just in one spot. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children. They have rebelled against us. That was us. The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master crib. But Israel do not know, my people do not consider. See, but Israel do not know. My people do not consider. And that's us. We don't know who we are, where we are. Well, we know now, but at first we didn't. But now we know. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupted. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They have gone away backwards. And that's what we did. Why would you stricken anymore? Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. From the soles of the foot even to the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mortified with ointment. That's what they have. And these things that I'm telling you how to get back in the holy covenant. Get back, man. This not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Seek out the prophecy. Know that who you are. Know that why you was put in captive, why you're going, why you're in bondage. And I tell you all the time, say if you don't know it, if you don't know who you are and what you are, the testament of the 12 patriarchs. I told you that's why the Lord God sent me here. See, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. He said, do what? Turn the hearts of the children back to the father, the hearts back to the children. What? At least I come and strike the earth with a curse. That's found in Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. But I'm telling you, when you read the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, this one by Robert Shaw, learn out who you are. Learn. Learn all these things the Lord God said you don't know. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate and overthrown by strangers. And you know the holy Mount Zion, where you're supposed to be at, where? Those false Jews are over there, and what they're doing, anything that they want. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, a lodge in a garden of cucumber, and as a besieged city. We don't have nothing. Except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant. We have been as Sodom, and we have been like unto Gomorrah. And that's the only reason why we're still alive in this place, because of the grace of God. Hear the word of the Lord, you rulers of Sodom, and give ear to the law of our God, you people of Gomorrah. See? What purpose the multitude of your sacrifices, me, say the Lord? I am full of burnt offerings of rams, of fat, of fed, of beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks and of lambs and of goats. When you come to appear before me, who have required this at your hand to tread my course? And I just finished reading that what God wants, the knowledge of God. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. Why? Because this is the way you have done it. The new moons and the Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. That's what I tell you. You're in your church, child, synagogue, and you're settling yourselves in these things and Lord God, because your new moons and your appointed feast wills, my soul hated. They are a trouble unto me, for I am weary to bear them. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes and cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment, relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Come now, let us reason together, say the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. For if you would be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. See, if you be willing, but you're not. You're not. Who are you running behind? These pastors, these preachers, buy my book, buy my CD, buy my idol. But if you refuse and rebel, you should be devoured with the sword. From the mouth of the Lord is spoken. And I read to you. I just finished reading to you what's coming. It's already here, but you don't understand. When you get back in the abundance of forever come, everything I tell you, everything the Lord God and give me to give to you, all of a sudden the books, it start opening up to you. It start opening up to you. How is faithful is the city? How is a faithful city become an harlot? It will be full of judgment. Righteousness is large in it, but now murderous. Thy silver is become dross. Thy wine mixed with water. The prince are rebellious, the champions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts. They follow after reward. The judge, not the fallen. Neither do the cause of the widow come unto them. I'll read that again. The prince are rebellious, and the champions of thieves. And everyone loveth gifts and follow after reward. They judge not the fatherless, neither do the cause of the widow come unto them. You gotta excuse me because I'm saying the start is tagged. You gotta start is tagged. Therefore say the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, ha, I will ease me of my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy tent. And I will restore thy judges at the first, and thy counselors at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. And Lord God will destroy all that. And then when he told you, he's going to create in you what? A clean heart. Man, come on. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her coverts with righteousness. So what is judgment? And the destruction of the transgression of my sinners shall be together. See? And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. And they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. Tell you, man. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which they have desired. And you shall be confounded for the gardens that you have chosen. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf faded, and as a garden that have no water. And the strong shall be as a toad, and the maker of it as a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them. You know what you said? He said next time it's gonna be what? By fire. Man, come on, man. Lord God come destroy the whole earth. He come to destroy it all. And when you read the Testament of 12 patriarchs, you know when he come to destroy it all. See, you know your time. See, there's no such thing you don't know your time now. Because when you read the book of 12 patriarchs, you know your time. And you read the book of 12 patriarchs, then all these other books too, they tell you what time it is. Okay, well, let's go. Let's find out. So let's go to Isaiah. I know I don't have that much time now. But let me see. because I want to read these things to you. I want you to know. Lord God wants you to know. So you got to read Isaiah. All right, let's read time. The word of Isaiah, the son Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it should come. See, Judah and Jerusalem. That's a people and what else? All right, let's see. And it should come, there's a people in the land. And it should come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord, the house should be established in the top of the mountain, and should be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So when you read the book of Enoch, the Lord God tells you about that. And many people should come and say, come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord, the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And so what is the law? And it shall judge among the covenant day. 10 commandments, the covenant day. That's the law. All right. And he shall judge among the nation, rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, and nation shall not lift up his sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. O house of Jacob, come ye, let us walk in the light of the Lord. So I read that to you in the book of in the book of Adam and Eve, this book right here, the light of the Lord. Therefore thou hast forsaken the people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. That's what y'all do. That's what you do. You know the children of strangers. They're putting it on TV every day, and every day you with them. Either you see Israel with Esau, Israel with, well, the land is also full of silver and gold. Neither is there any end of their treasure. Their land is also full of horses. Neither is there any of their chariots, man. So look at the United States, man. You, like I told you before, you go to Walmart, find silver and gold, and that's one of the poorest places. Well, anyway. Their land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hand, that which their own fingers have made. The mean men bow down, the great men humble themselves. Therefore forgive them not. Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. The lawful looks of man should be humble, and the haughtiness of man should be bowed down, and the Lord alone should be exalted in that day. Man, it's a terrible day. For the day of the Lord of hosts should be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon one that is lifted up he should be brought low. And upon the cedars of Lebanon the high lift up, upon all the oaks of Bashan, and upon all high mountains and all the hills that are lifted up, and every high tower and every fenced wall, and upon all the ships of Tarshish, and upon all pleasant pitches. And the lawfulness of man should be bowed down, the haughtiness of men should be made low, and the Lord alone should be exalted in that day. And the idols should be utterly abolished. I'm telling you, I'm going to destroy it all. And they should go into the holes of the rocks, into the caves of the earth. For the fear of the Lord, for the glory of his majesty, when he arrives to shake terribly the earth. See, that's what I read to you. Man. And in that day, a man should cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they have made each one from himself to worship, and the moles into the backs, and go into the cliffs of the rocks, into the top of the ragged rocks, for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he shall rise to shake terribly the earth. Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostril, for wherein is he to be accounted of? Yeah. For behold, chapter 3, for behold the Lord of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the staff, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. That's you ain't gonna have nothing to eat, nothing for drink. You're gonna have nothing, man. Come on, bro. I'm just telling you. That was count. He's destroying everything. The mighty man, the man of war, the judge, the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient. The captain of 50, the honorable man, the counselor, the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. That's your pastors, your preachers, your speakers, everybody. And I will give children to be their prince, and babes should rule over them. And the people should be oppressed, everyone by another, everyone by his neighbor. The children should behave themselves proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. Is that not happening? When a man should take hold of his brother of his house and of his father, saying, Thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let his ruin be under thy head. In that day shall he swear, I will not be an healer. For in my house, see, I will not be an healer. For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make not a ruler of the people. Make me not a ruler of the people. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doing against the Lord provoke the eyes of his glory. Once again, I read this before. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doing against the Lord to provoke the eyes of his glory. And that's what you're doing. That's what they're doing. The church house, synagogue, sanctuary, temple, high place, pastor, preach, shepherd, prophetess, prophet, all of them doing the same thing. And all of them against who? The Lord God. Because of what? Their tongues and they're doing against what? The Lord. Man, when them people hear what I'm saying, watch out. You just keep on watch out. When you come back in the bonds of forever covenant, start keeping God's holy covenant, come out of these church houses and know what's true is the truth, these people going to kill you, man. People, that's what you think of the saints of God and the righteous. What did they do to the apostles? What did they do to the disciples? What did they do to Jesus? And that's what you understand. That's who we are. That is our faith. But guess what? We're going to rise again. The sure of this conscience do witness against them. They declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have reward evil unto themselves. Say unto the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. And as for my people, the children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Does that not happen? O my people, they which lead thee to err and destroy the way of that past. And say, man, I told you I was there. I was there. These people never teach you about God's holy covenant. They never teach you about your bright nature. And they teach you about 9 of the commandments, but the most important of all the commandments, they don't teach you about. Okay. They don't teach you about Deuteronomy chapter 28 and Deuteronomy chapter 7. The Lord standeth up and plead. Well, I'll read Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Read that again to you. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. The Lord standing up to plead and standing up to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the prince thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, and spoil of the poor is in your houses. And these pastors, these preachers, these teaching, that's what's happening. What mean you that you beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, say the Lord God of hosts? Moreover, the Lord said, Behold, the daughter of Zion are haughty, walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. And that's what they do. Come on, man. Come on, man. Moreover, say the Lord, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. They walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughter of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret faults. And that's what they're doing. Man, come on, bro. These people cutting their heads, shaving their heads, which is going to be worse than that before it's over with. Yeah, the women cutting their hair and shaving their hair and shaving their body parts and all like that. And that was God put hairs on you for those things so you wouldn't see that. And the glory of a woman is what? Her hair. Above and below, but they don't. They don't let these people tell, oh, that's bacteria and it's waste and everything. And these people, they made trillions of dollars off of what? Razors. Your hair ain't gonna grow so long, then it's gonna stop growing, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. All right, well, you don't have to believe me. And the day the Lord would take away the bravery of the twinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cords and their round ties like the moon, the chain and the bracelet and the mufflers, the binding, the ornaments of the legs, the headbands, the tablets, and the earrings. That's what the Lord God doing. So that's what He's gonna do. Okay. The rings and the nose jewels. So all these things, you know how long ago this has been written. The changing of suits of apparel, and the mantles and the whipples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veil. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there should be stink. Instead of a girdle, a rent. Instead of a well-set hair, baldness. Instead of a stomacher, a girdle of the sackcloth. Yeah, instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. And men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gate shall lament and mourn, she being desolate shall sit up on the ground. And in that day, Isaiah chapter 4, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, they're just telling you, I'll repeat it to you again. In that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now I told you once again they got what the Haggai prophecy. That's on YouTube. I just listened to it the other day. That with the Haggai prophecy or the Iola prophecies, where they tell you but they're gonna have how it's gonna be after after the third world war. It's gonna be a fast and a swift walk, and they're gonna have this yellow stuffing on the line. Yeah, and then they're gonna have 7 women for 1 man. They talk about come let us steal us. You don't have to do nothing. We're gonna do it all for you. Come on, man, that's scripture, man. Come on, bro. Keep telling me, bro. Prophecy. Seek out prophecy, man. Seek it out. Just as the Lord God told me, seek out prophecy. I'm telling you, seek out prophecy. Most of all, seek the Lord with your whole heart. And the Lord God said, when you seek me with your whole heart, then you shall find me. Okay. Once again, let's go. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of earth shall be excellent, comely, for them that are escaped of Israel. So who are they? Oh, man, come on, bro. It's us. And it shall come to pass, he that is left in Zion and he that remains in Jerusalem shall be called holy. And everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof, by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Before then, well, when you go to this book right here, and I didn't read it to you in the Holy Bible also, but when you go to this book right here, what it tells you, page 59, page 75, it tells you what happened on the day Israel become a nation, a kingdom, on the day when Israel repent with their whole heart and become a nation again. And the Lord God going to take us from and bring us from all the way at the skies throughout all the world. And he's going to bring us back where? To our holy mount, to where? For us to be with. Well, let me finish reading this. And it shall come to pass, he that is left in Zion and remain in Jerusalem shall be called holy, everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. And when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Because right now in Jerusalem, which who you have? Those that say they are Jews, but are not. And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, upon her assembly, a cloud and a smoke by day, and a shining flaming fire by night. Upon all the glory shall be a defense. Now, before I go on and finish this here, now what that sounds just like the Lord God said, when I came and take you from out of bondage, from out of captivity the first time from Egypt, that's how I come and do it again. And that's what you read. The prophecy. And there should be a tabernacle for shadow in the daytime from the heat, and from a place of refuge, the cover from the storm and from the rain. Because why? The Lord God going to be with us. And wherever the Lord God, well, man. Well, man, all I can do is give it to you like it is given to me. And that's what I wanted to tell you. I didn't forget now. because I listened, like I told you, I listened to that man Jimmy somebody. Let's see, John Eckerberg, but the man name was Jimmy, and he telling you about yeah, he gonna tell you Jimmy D. Young, and so he gonna tell you about the book of Revelation, different churches in Revelation, and how the Lord God say, he that overcome what I give to them. And I told you that before. All you gotta do is come out those church houses, synagogue, sanctuary. Just like the Lord God said, come out of her, my people, be not a partaker of her sin. Come out. That's a box that you crawl and put. Just like I told you, those are prison houses. Okay, well, I'm just telling you, those are prison houses that you put yourself in there. And once again, there should be a tabernacle for the shadow in the daytime from the heat, and a place of refuge and covert from the storm and from the rain. Why? To the Lord. Well, anyway, so this is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.